What up, you guys? I know I've been falling behind on showing the issues of Furrow Comics, so I thought today, why don't we look at Furrow Comics issue 3, issue number 4, and issue number 5. These are some of the the last ones of the what I would call the first era of the Furrow Comics project, and you guys are gonna see in the next batch of Furrow Comics that we look through that a lot of the design, layout, and kind of what the execution of it drastically changes. But for today, let's go ahead and finish off this first era of the Furrow Comics iteration, issue 3, 4, and 5, and roll the video. Furrow Comics is the comic book zine anthology that I publish. This is filled with underground subversive comics by different cartoonists from all kinds of places. We are always looking for new contributors and do pay for contributions. Also, new readership, $20 for 1 year subscription or $3 for an issue. So that's right, you guys. Link will be in the show notes. So let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. 33 Tanner continuing his story, his saga, The Search Part 2. I dug this story about like these little street hoodlums and street gangsters getting into with each other, but this young female being pregnant. I like the homie 33 Tanner's art, and he's still on there on Instagram doing a lot of dope shit. He's doing a lot of weird stuff with crayons, but I fucking dig it, man. A lot of it got lost in translation. He did a lot of zipatone, and I just really didn't know how to translate that. But it's part of that learning curve. This is the homie right here, man. I dug this art so much, and he had such a funny style. I haven't seen the homie post anything on Instagram, and he hasn't reached out, so I don't really know the homie's still making art. But if he's not, that's too bad, because this shit is a hit. And basically, it's the story of this guy that had road rage that thought he was crazy until he met a motherfucker that was actually crazy. And it settled his ass down. He said, "Oh man, my bad. Never mind. I'm not that guy." Right? He taught me a very valuable lesson that day. I'm too much of a bitch to have road rage. That shit had me dying. And then we got a story right here from Ryan from Pocket.Zine. Let's go ahead and read this one real quick. I hope I get adopted today, don't you? And I hope they're a really nice family. And maybe they'll have a ball for the fetch game and belly scratches and walks in the park. And oh, that thing where they put the treat on my nose and I gotta wait and wait. But then boom, I get the treat. Wouldn't that be great? I just hope whoever it is, they change my stupid fucking name. Princess Cuddlepaws. The April issue, because I was trying to do one a month. I will say that this one is not my copy. It's only the one I can find. And it's basically just kind of like one of the ones that I messed up on. And, obviously didn't go out, but it ended up being in my pile of zines. This is one of those things that I really wish I want to get back to. I don't know if I've been putting these in the latest issues, but it says, thanks for purchasing this zine that has some underground comics from all around the world. All artists have been paid $2 per page. If you're interested in contributing to the following issues, we publish one a month. Please email me, rich@feralpublishing@gmail.com. Thanks for supporting the zine community. I actually have bumped that up, and I pay the contributors $2.50 now. I know, big raise, but nonetheless, it all adds up, I hope. In this issue, you have the homie Sergio from Spain. That's a comic contributor to the Furrow Comics project. Love the homie's work. Daniel Bristol Bailey. This was the one and only time I think he contributed. And then Jackson Sketch, an OG original, contributor as well as supporter to the Furrow Comics project. Dr. Inkwell, the homie from issue 3, and a lot of other issues that sadly I don't see really publishing anything nowadays, but love the homie's work. But so here goes mine, and I want to read it because it definitely one of the things about the longer you publish something that's kind of like a current stream of consciousness, the more you realize how much it will stand the test of time because it talks about a certain time and era. And so for me, reading back through these, a lot of times my work is very nostalgic to me. But it reads, I told myself not to write about COVID-19, but after laying off all the team at work and watching the stupidity of our leaders, I couldn't help it. I have mixed feelings. The youth have outed themselves as arrogant and selfish. Although they might not die, they might kill the elderly. As a young anarchist, I tried to stop the capitalist system and all the social ill it births, but no one cared. the rich nor poor, the young nor old, the working class nor the privileged. All these humans matter, as do the ones dying daily from hunger, as do the animals that die due to human destroying their habitat. And none of these issues mattered, and most still don't matter. They said these things could never change. But they did. The world is fast changing. And in that change, I hope for anarchism. I hope for revolution. Stay safe, build the future. That was just something that I was feeling at the time. Definitely want to get back into some of that more, just me kind of venting and talking through the comics. But uh, but yeah, definitely dug it. And this was the first time Sergio was on a Fro Comics issue. And like I said, Sergio is a comic contributor. I love his art. It's very slapstick, very gory, very reminiscent of like Ren and Stimpy and Itchy and Scratchy and things like that. So I fucking hella love it. This is the homie Jackson sketches. I thought this was cool because I always talk about how I like when zines are interactive, and I definitely felt that this was in that vein. Uh, Hella dug it. A medication review by Daniel. I love the scratchy art, man. And sadly, because this is one of the ones that I messed up, it doesn't look clean right here, but it's fucking such beautiful art. And then here you go, Mr. Ink Bottle. Absolutely love it. This shit is hella tight. All his work is tight. And I started putting the little logo right here. And these are the early era of the Furrow Comics. It really has grown in scope and size. And one of the things that I was trying to do early on was I didn't want to have any dead space. Going back to something that a lot of the people that know me know or have heard me talk about it with the Furrow Comics Project is like using every single thing about what we do so that way the envelope is fun and exciting. So that way, you know, the zine is fun and exciting. Like every single aspect that we can add more value to do that. And this was kind of the first iteration of that, of me wanting no dead space. But that didn't work out too well. But once again, here goes the little intro I put. Thanks for purchasing the zine. For Comics, the comic book zine anthology that has comics from around the world. All zinesters are paid, and we use that money to grow and build our zine distro, which helps to empower and amplify marginalized voices. So that was always, that's always been the aim of like, as Feral Publication makes money, the idea is that money is going to go back into just, amplifying creators and voices and stories that would otherwise not be amplified and empowered. And this issue has a story by me called Nervous, and one from Jackson Sketch, which is called Gears. Jackson Sketch's comic is fucking hella tight. So let's go ahead and peep it out real quick. So mine says, "Hey yo, God." God says, "This motherfucker right here, man. What can I help you with? Just looking around. Richard, why do you insist on doing this?" Insist on doing what? Looking around? What's wrong with that? Nervous? And that's it. That's my little comic about that. Peep this out, man. So this is the homie Jackson Sketches comic right here. It's called Gear. And one of the things I loved about it was it's a long car chase. It's a long ass car chase. And a car chase in the comic book format, it's one of those things that it's hard to give it the kinetic energy that it needs to actually feel like there's a motion going on. But I don't know what it is about this art, but it feels hella fun and kinetic. And I think because there's a lot missing, it allows your mind to fill it all in, which I just fucking dig. And it reads well, right? Like you can understand everything that's going on. It's fucking good, man. I fucking dig this comic that he did. And the story basically is the person uses his own driver but sets his own driver up to basically steal this merchandise that he's been tasked with to deliver on behalf of this crime boss, and he gets let go because he did such a good job that he outsmarted his own boss and brought this other crime boss the goods. And so the other crime boss is like, pay him his money and let him go, not knowing whether or not he's gonna take the money back or keep the money. Who knows? But I definitely dug that little comic from Jackson Sketch. Hella tight shit. And there you go, you guys. There goes a quick look at issues 3, 4, and 5 of the Feral Comics Project. I'll be having more of these lookbacks on the issues throughout the week. But thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe. Let people know what we're up to so that we can continuously build this up. And like I said, we're always looking for new contributors as well as readers. So if you're interested on any of the above, go ahead and hit me up. Hit the link in the show notes. Connect with me on Instagram or whatever you feel more comfortable with. Alright, guys. Lights.